The world trembled. Xamanak, a name whispered in fear, had risen, his power cast a long shadow. Darkness spread like a disease, hope seemed lost. But from the ashes a hero would rise. His name was Jaqk Corrajhan. Jaqk wasn't a prince or a warrior. He didn't come from a lineage of kings or knights. His hands were not accustomed to wielding swords or shields. Instead, they were familiar with the gentle strokes of a quill, the rustle of parchment, and the quiet solitude of his modest study. He was a simple scribe, a man who found joy in the written word. His days were spent chronicling the lives of his fellow villagers, recording their stories, their joys, and their sorrows. He was the keeper of their history, the silent observer of their lives. He lived in a small village, nestled among rolling hills. The village was a place of tranquility, where the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the sound of children's laughter. It was a place where everyone knew each other, and life moved at a gentle, unhurried pace. Life was peaceful until Xamanak's forces attacked. The tranquility was shattered by the sound of clashing swords and the cries of the villagers. The once peaceful village was engulfed in chaos and flames. The invaders showed no mercy, their eyes filled with a cold, unfeeling rage. They destroyed his home and took his family. The place that once held his happiest memories was reduced to ashes. His loved ones, the people he had vowed to protect through his writings, were torn from him. The pain of their loss was a wound that cut deeper than any sword. Jaqk was left with nothing but burning rage and a thirst for justice. The quiet scribe, who once found solace in the written word, now found himself consumed by a desire for vengeance. His heart, once filled with the stories of his village, now burned with a single purpose: to make Xamanak pay for the suffering he had caused. The journey ahead would be fraught with danger, but Jaqk was no longer the humble scribe. He was a man on a mission, driven by a fire that could not be quenched. Jaqk refused to be broken. The world around him was in chaos, the smouldering ruins a testament to the destruction that had befallen his homeland. Yet, amidst the ashes and the flames, his spirit remained unyielding. His eyes, burning with a fierce determination, reflected the fire that raged behind him. He possessed a will of iron. Every fibre of his being was forged in the crucible of hardship and adversity. His clenched fists were not just a sign of anger, but of an unbreakable resolve. His strong, resolute expression was a beacon of hope for those who had lost everything. He would fight for his people, for his family, for his world. The crowd that gathered around him saw not just a warrior, but a symbol of resistance and courage. Before the vast landscape that stretched out behind him, he stood as a heroic figure, ready to face any challenge that came his way. He set out on a perilous journey to find a way to defeat Xamanak. The path was rugged and treacherous, winding through dark forests and over jagged mountains. Each step he took was a step into the unknown, but he moved forward with unwavering determination. He knew the path ahead would be fraught with danger. The stormy weather and steep cliffs were just the beginning of the trials he would face. The rocky mountain path tested his endurance and resolve, but he pressed on, driven by a purpose greater than himself. But Jaqk would not be deterred. The storm that raged around him was nothing compared to the storm within. His determination was a force of nature, unyielding and unstoppable. He walked forward with a resolve that could not be shaken, a hero standing firm against the tempest. Jaqk's journey was not just a physical one, but a journey of the spirit. Each challenge he faced, each obstacle he overcame only served to strengthen his will. The dark forest he traversed was a metaphor for the darkness that threatened to consume his world. But he was a light in that darkness, a beacon of hope for all who followed him. As he climbed the steep cliffs and navigated the dangerous terrain, he thought of his family, his people, and the world he was fighting to save. Their faces gave him strength, their hopes and dreams fueled his resolve. He knew that he could not afford to fail, for their future depended on his success. The journey was long and arduous, but Jaqk never wavered. His will of iron carried him through the darkest of times, and his unbreakable spirit inspired those who walked beside him. Together, they faced the challenges ahead, united in their quest to defeat Xamanarch and restore peace to their world. In the end, it was not just Jaq's strength that made him a hero, but his unwavering determination and the love he had for his people. His will of iron was a testament to the power of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, hope and courage can prevail. Jaq's journey led him to the ancient enqueterial Jaqk. These were sacred texts that spoke of forgotten magic and ancient prophecies. The cycles taught Jaqk about balance and discipline. They revealed the secrets of harnessing inner strength. Through them, Jaqk began to hone his skills. As Jaqk studied the Jaqk, he heard whispers. They spoke of a hidden resistance fighting against Xamanarch. This group, known as the Whispers, saw Jaq's potential. They offered to train him in the art of combat and strategy. The Whispers subjected Jaqk to grueling trials. He trained his body and mind to their limits. He learned to fight with deadly precision. He mastered the art of stealth and deception. Through these trials, Jaqk discovered his true potential. Word of Jaq's training spread like wildfire through the medieval village. The whispers in the marketplace grew louder each day, and the town crier's announcements echoed through the cobblestone streets. People spoke of Jaq's incredible skills and his unwavering determination to fight for their freedom. Others who yearned for freedom flocked to his banner. Men and women from all walks of life, tired of the oppressive rule, began to gather in the open fields. They walked with purpose, their hearts filled with hope and a burning desire for change. The group of rebels grew larger with each passing day, united by a common goal. They saw in him a beacon of hope. Jaq's presence inspired them, his words ignited a fire within their souls. The crowd cheered, their faces filled with hope and determination. They believed that with Jaqk leading them, they could finally break free from the chains of tyranny. They believed he could lead them to victory. The rebels, now a formidable force, raised their weapons in unison, their faces set with determination. They trained tirelessly, preparing for the battles that lay ahead. Each warrior knew the risks, but their resolve was unshakable. Jaqk embraced his role as a leader. He stood before his followers, his confidence unwavering. His charisma and passion for their cause were evident in every word he spoke. The people looked up to him, their trust in his leadership absolute. He knew the fight ahead would be difficult, but he was ready. Jaqk prepared himself for the challenges that awaited. He knew the path to freedom would be fraught with danger and hardship, but his resolve was strong. He was ready to lead his people to victory, no matter the cost. The spark of rebellion had been ignited, and there was no turning back. Jaq's journey wasn't easy. He faced impossible choices and endured heartbreaking losses. But through it all, he held on to his morals and principles. He refused to compromise his values, even in the face of overwhelming odds and adversity. The final confrontation with Xamanarch was epic. Jaqk, armed with his skills and fueled by his determination, faced the tyrant. The battle raged, shaking the very foundations of the world. In the end, Jaq's courage and resilience prevailed. Jaqk Corrajhan, the humble scribe, became a legend. He defeated Xamanarch and freed his people. His story teaches us that even in the darkest of times, hope can bloom. It reminds us that with unwavering determination and unyielding moral strength, even the seemingly impossible can be achieved. Create a 10-minute epic YouTube video about the hundreds of Eltia native Afrimat resuscitative 4-mate Jaqk Corrajhan stories set in late 2024, showcasing his origin in Rise of Xamanarch and his various lives, including being the representative for Knave 4 Teafied Cider and his ability to go toe-to-toe with pirates. This video should be engaging and epic, capturing the essence of Jaq's adventures and his indomitable spirit. Pause 1s. As the dust settled and the land began to heal, the legend of Jaqk Corrajhan continued to grow. His name, once whispered in fear, now echoed with reverence across the lands. Pause 2s. The hundreds of Eltia native Afrimatricisticative/4 mate. Jaqk Corrajhan's stories began to surface, each more incredible than the last. Pause 3s. From his humble origins in the rise of Camanach, where he first discovered his destiny, to his role as a representative for Knave 4 Tai. Fide Cider, Jaqk's spirit was unyielding. He faced every challenge with a heart full of courage and a mind sharp as a blade. Whether it was going toe-to-toe with ruthless pirates or navigating the treacherous politics of his time, Jaqk stood firm, never wavering in his principles. Pause 3s. Late 2024 marks the resurgence of his tales, capturing the essence of his adventures and the indomitable spirit that defined him. Each story is a testament to his resilience, his unwavering dedication to justice, and his ability to inspire those around him. Pause 2s. Through the trials and tribulations, Jaqk Corrajhan became more than a hero. He became a symbol of hope. Pause 3s. And as we close this chapter of his epic tale, we are reminded that his journey is far from over. The legacy of Jaqk Corrajhan lives on, inspiring new generations to rise against tyranny and embrace the power of hope. Pause 2s. For in the echoes of eternity, his spirit will forever guide us towards a brighter future. Pause 3s. Join us as we continue to explore the myriad of Jaqk's adventures, each one a beacon of courage and a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. This is not the end, but merely the beginning of an eternal legend. Pause 2s. Stay tuned for more tales of bravery, resilience, and the unyielding will of Jaqk Corrajhan, a hero for all ages.